Good morning, Devon. I just wanted to say it's a beautiful morning, 3 a.m. up here in Sweden, and atheism is unstoppable.
The World Cup is in full flight, and there have been some beautiful games, some stellar goals. The fans are out, the passion is flowing. It's going to be a great World Cup. It's a chance for people of all different countries to come together and celebrate the majesty of sport and just humanity in general. Oh, unless you're a Muslim who's hell-bent on killing people. Then it's just a ripe opportunity to kill innocent people in the name of Allah. Oh, not all Muslims do that. Not all of them. Just some of them. Just like not all snakes are venomous, and not all sharks will kill you. So, there's that. Factor that into your analysis of sharks and snakes. This story takes a very weird twist. We have a guy from Kyrgyzstan, Muslim, in a taxi cab, and he decides to drive it on the sidewalk. 8 people are injured, 1 critically. Could have been all dead, though. I mean, this is just attempted murder, terror.
In Russia, where a taxi plowed into a group of pedestrians near Moscow's Red Square. Authorities are trying to determine whether it was intentional.
Wait, what? Oh, authorities. Okay, so we have to play this game of, well, we're not sure if it's terror. We're not sure if it's intentional. Would you care to look at the footage? Let's see if you and I can determine whether or not this was intentional. There's talk that he had fallen asleep and accidentally slammed on the accelerator. Now, that is clearly a lie. This was blatantly intentional. The guy was sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic, accelerates, yanks the wheel to the right, and aims at human beings on the sidewalk, accelerating to the point where he hits a sign. And we have to be insulted for what reason? Just raw stupidity? Political correctness? Look at that. Just taking people out. Apparently there were 2 Mexican fans who took the brunt of this. You could see the sombreros on the street. It's not let the bodies hit the floor, it's let the sombreros hit the floor. And then the guy gets punched in the face. You know, this is Russia. These guys aren't here to fuck around. And they chase him down. And listen to what happens when he's getting chased down. He's trying to be like, oh, no, it's not me. Or he's yelling something. I thought I heard an Allahu Akbar in here. You tell me if I'm going crazy.
Кошмар какой. Жесть. Кошмар.
Is that not a Allahu Akbar? Allahu Akbar. Listen. Allahu Akbar. And a nice kick by that young Russian guy. And they caught him and questioned him. And he's trying to bullshit, being like, oh, no, what, me, huh?
Authorities are trying to determine whether it was intentional. We want to warn you the video you're seeing is disturbing.
Wait a minute, you already played the video and now you're warning us about it?
The taxi hopped the curb and continued down the sidewalk, hitting several people before knocking down a traffic sign. Bystanders rushed over to help, but the driver jumped out and ran away. He was later detained by police. 8 people were hurt, 1 of them seriously. 2 of the victims are from Mexico, which is playing against Germany tomorrow in Moscow in World Cup competition.
So imagine the cowardice, just the raw pussification of a guy to attack and try to kill innocent people. So we have that evil monstrosity going on. Driving into them while they're not looking, like just you're in a car, they don't even know they're about to be attacked. Imagine that. Imagine the cowardice. But he takes it to the next level. He doesn't get out and go, that's right, baby, Allahu Akbar, fuck y'all. He runs away and then lies and pretends that it was an accident. What kind of IQ are we talking about here? They better be sending this guy to Siberia, and he better not be getting out. This is some bullshit. Or as Khabib Nurmagomedov would say, #1 bullshit.
We don't know, maybe Conor make different decision? Maybe. This is #1 bullshit. Don't send me bullshit content. No more. This is #1 bullshit. You remember this bullshit tweet? This is #1 bullshit. Don't send me bullshit content. No more. This is #1 bullshit.
Hi, Julie. Well, the Interfax Russian news agency is reporting the taxi driver is now telling Russian police he fell asleep behind the wheel, causing his car to go onto a busy sidewalk, mowing down pedestrians in the Red Square in Moscow.
What kind of a lie is this? This is, I mean, maybe he didn't assume there was video? Is that what it is? I mean, there's hundreds of eyewitnesses, but aside from that, what's the case against me? It's my word versus 100 people who saw its word.
8 people are injured. 2 of the injured are Mexican. The streets of Moscow are festive and packed with viewing parties and fans that are all there for the World Cup. These are photos from the scene, but video online is really just horrific, and we're efforting to get it. It shows the taxi driver coming to an almost complete stop before it swerves to its right, accelerating onto a sidewalk for 5 seconds, plowing into pedestrians. The car stops, 2 bystanders come to the window, and then the driver just runs out of the cab as about a half a dozen pedestrians chase him in the streets of Moscow.
In America, terrorists attack people. In Soviet Russia, people attack terrorists.
The driver is a citizen of the former Soviet Republic of Kyrgyzstan, and he told police this was not intentional. Witnesses, well, they find that hard to believe.
I like how the conversation is about how can we be sure if this is intentional or not? How about the fact that we have a long-standing track record of Muslims doing this precise thing? You think that's coincidental? Do you think this guy just started second-guessing himself? So he's like, ooh, I'm going to be an ISIS warrior. I'm going to do it for Allah. I'm going to kill the infidel. And then he does it. He runs over some people, but then he thinks, ooh, shit, I kind of changed my mind. I think it's like when people jump off a bridge and they interview the dudes that survived that. And I think like 95% of them, the second they jump off, they're like, ooh, I regret this. I instantly regret this. Kind of like when Will Ferrell jumped into the bear pit.
We go into the bear pit.
No, run, no, no.
I immediately regret this decision.
Ron, what are you doing? Why didn't you go get help?
These bears are massive. They looked a lot smaller from up there.
I have the feeling he did it deliberately because he was in the traffic jam with the cars going really slow. How can you lose control of the wheel, push the gas, and drive into the crowd?
This incident comes just a day after the U.S. State Department issued a travel advisory urging Americans to reconsider traveling to Russia for the World Cup because of the heightened danger for terrorist attacks. The World Cup presents a large target. Russia has had a history of terrorist attacks from their neighbor Chechnya, and they are now involved in the civil war in Syria.
Let me just fill in the blanks. Chechnya is a Muslim region, and Syria is a Muslim country. And this guy was from Kyrgyzstan, which is a Muslim country as well. So that's what's not being said. Nazi. Not seeing.
More than 88,000 Americans have bought World Cup tickets. That's the second most of any nation, only behind the Russians. The State Department says Americans who are choosing to go to Russia need to be on alert.
So that's a horrific incident, and we should keep track of this dude and see what the Russians end up doing with him. Because in America, people catch cabs. In Soviet Russia, cab catch you.